Are you seeing this in your neck of the woods? All over my part of Florida, the Panhandle, both on the interstate and on new 4-lane construction, they're putting up these large fences on either side of the road. And what that basically does is creates a corridor. Now, I've been told that part of the reason for this is to keep deer and other wildlife off the road. But it occurs to me that it also creates a pedestrian unfriendly route that keeps you inside the lane, so to speak.
All this fencing going up, it concerns me. And if you've got the same thing going on in your area, I think it should concern you too. As I drive down the highway or the interstate and I look to my left and my right and I see that I cannot get out of my car and leave the highway or the interstate, that really bothers me. If you've ever been in some sort of I don't know, a bad wreck up ahead where you're just stalled out, or maybe even an evacuation where people are just moving super slow, and you find that you can only get off where they want you to get off, it just unnerves me. And I don't think I'm a conspiracy theorist, but it really bothers me that they're putting these fences up. And I think that you should be prepared. I think that a good pair of wire cutters should be in your bug out bag or get home bag, regardless of whether or not you have this fencing issue going on in your area. But this proliferation of fencing on the highway really just underscores the need for having something, even if it's just a Leatherman, that can cut through the wire. And what I'm seeing going up is not chain link, but it's just as strong, and it's going to be just as tough to cut through. And here's another little wrinkle that I think that you should consider, and that is to carry some type of wire. Why, you say? Because if you're moving cross country and you have to go through somebody's fence, or you're going across, a highway like that and you got to go through their fencing there, it might be a good idea if you were able to reattach the fencing after you go through. Not only would it probably be the neighborly thing to do to repair their fence as best you can, but I don't want them knowing where I went through or that I went through at all. And some thin wire like this both of these are booby trap wire. Had them forever. But if you don't have booby trap wire, you can probably find something just as good in the hardware store, in the picture hanging aisle, maybe, or the repair aisle. But carry a little bit of wire so that you can fix where you go through. Will you fix it so that it's as good as new? Of course not. But you're only doing this in an SHTF situation anyway. You're not going through cutting people's fence just because you feel like doing that. We're not going to be destroying private property in normal situations. We are talking about an SHTF, real emergency situation. And in that case, it probably, the scenario, the situation around you probably would lend itself toward you going unnoticed when you go through their fence. My 2 cents. Thanks a lot.